Coco, what up, Coco Mish?
Man, that was a new intro.
Dude, Ken killed it, man.
I like
Ken
it.
the fishing story, Kenneth Tackett. I don't know what he goes by in his circles, but he made last year's. He reached out, said he wanted to redo it for a new year, and I think he did a really good job. I like it a lot, so appreciate
I
him.
like it too. 10 years too, man.
Dude, it's crazy. How many have you been here for? What are we up to now?
This is like 6 or 7, I think.
Yeah, we got to
I
send
don't
you
know.
back
I
to
moved up
Georgia.
here 2017, so whatever
Yeah.
that works out to be.
Yeah, about 7 years, man. That's awesome. So I appreciate you jumping on tonight. I know you're working out of town. Somebody said fastest off season ever. Ain't that the truth?
Is it
Do we
really an
have an
off
off
season?
season? I mean, like,
I don't
I don't
think
know.
my fishing
Banners,
stuff dried out from the championship. Yeah, it's
whew, man. Yeah, it's crazy to think that we're back at it. This is the first 2024, not a podcast that we're doing. We are bringing these back this year, so we'll do captains meetings and sponsor talks and intros for anglers and stuff like that for everybody again this year. We had a little technology glitch there. I don't know if people actually saw, but we lost connection to Facebook. But on the flip side of that, Ryan, this is pretty cool. I can actually stream this directly to our YouTube channel now. So this is going, and
that
I
comes
just
in
verified.
handy.
Yeah. So this is, I
All
don't
right.
know,
We're
like
getting
where
we're
it'll
getting
save.
fancy in 10 years.
I know, right? It took a decade, but we got there. So StreamYard let me add that in. I wasn't sure if it was going to work, and it worked. So if you're not following or subscribing to the Queen City YouTube page, jump over and do that now. Ryan Brenneman, Hook Sets with Ryan, he runs that page. If you saw a bunch of the anglers in that introduction video, those are all mostly videos from our tournaments. Some practice videos, obviously. But if you're looking to be a part of the Queen City production team, get with Ryan. He'll get you in those videos after every event, every main event at least. And we make a little recap video on the YouTube page. So just trying to give you guys some shine. It's got a nice little platform there. So, but yeah, man, what's up with you? How you been? It's kind of crazy to say. I don't think I've seen you since the TOC, and you live like right.
It's been a minute, but I've been good, been busy. We did the holidays. It's nice to take a couple of months. I think it's going to be maybe 2 full months off of fishing. But I'm walking by the kayak every day, going in and out, and I'm kind of getting the itch to get the season started again. So it's short, but I think it's about the right time for me anyway.
Yeah, and the weather's looking pretty good for the February 3rd Southern kickoff on Santee Cooper. I think I saw like 64 degrees, a little light wind. I think there's a decent moon, so I think Blaine's going to end up having some big bags down there in 2 weeks. So crazy to think we're starting already, but I picked up over $2,000 in plaques today. They're in the truck right now because it was downpouring when I picked them up, so they're in the truck. I just opened up all the brand new banners for 2024. Catch is sending the big bass coins over tomorrow or Monday. Like things are there. It's real. It is real right now.
Well, I mean, when we're doing, 50 tournaments or whatever it is this year, we got to get started now, right?
Easy. It's not 50. Okay.
I'm not that far off, even if I'm
You're not
exaggerating.
You're not that far off, but yeah, we've had these conversations. I think the expansion went well. I think I don't know what the North is going to bring, but regardless, I'm excited to go see Rock Outdoors over by Smith Mountain Lake and spend a weekend up there with my family. So hopefully
They've been great. They've been great with us for years anyway, so it's nice to have them be able to expand and kind of take us with them. So I'm excited to see what that whole division turns into.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. Talked to Shane today. He's bringing he named the kayak, but he's bringing that Fly Titan X that he built to the expo. Let me see what he named it. He had me laughing. What did he say? Big Debbie. He's bringing Big Debbie to the expo. So we're gonna give Big Debbie front and center. He maxed that boat out. I mean, mine looks pretty good. That one he's got in shop is awesome. So nice little Titan X upgrade there. Pretty cool.
Yeah, what everybody can get up. Do what?
You know what hasn't changed in 2024? People being unable to give access to StreamYard. It hasn't changed. So I'm going to start off the year.
Facebook user.
Yeah, I'm going to start off the year by saying if you don't give access to StreamYard, we don't know who you are. to give access, you have to go in your permissions and link Facebook. If you just click the blue link in the post where this is actually on the Facebook page right now, it'll bring you to the access. So take care of that if you want to look like Mr. Dwayne Wally here so we know who is commenting. So, but yeah, man, I wanted to give anglers an opportunity to ask questions. If, any rule changes, I have been fielding a bunch of how do I qualify for the TOC questions. So, if guys want to talk about that, this is your moment. I can do a brief overview, but if you have questions about that, ask them now so we can clear them up. We do have the man, the myth, the legend backstage. Dwayne Wally, the owner of Tourney X, is here with us, huge part of what we do here. So I want to give Dwayne an opportunity to talk to us about the new app that's dropping here soon, potentially 4-hour season opener. So, that's pretty exciting. But yeah, as far as qualification, in the main series, nothing's really changed. We got Gustavo. What up, G? Appreciate you on the jersey orders. Oh yeah, Ryan, you got to text him a jersey order.
Okay.
So yeah, main series, nothing's really changed. We're taking the top 25 guys after 7 events. Count your top 7. Southern and West, just a slight change. I really don't think it's going to be that dramatic, but we're going to count 4 out of your 6 events there, and we're going to take the top 10% of the anglers in those divisions. You have to fish at least 4 of your division and 3 main events, but there's a lot of overlap there, so that really shouldn't be too complicated. And then in the Northern Division, it's a little bit different. We're going to count 5 out of your 6 and only ask you to fish 1 main event because you guys are like super, super far from us. So we'll give you an opportunity to come down into the Raleigh area as a closer event and qualify from there. Now, I do understand the Northern Division to, beautiful capital city, Visit Lake Murray country is a hike, but I think the TOC will be flirting with that $15,000 again. It really should surpass it, to be completely honest, but we'll see. No guarantees. So we got 7,500 sitting in there right now, right?
That's bad. Good. I mean, it's you're right. It's a long drive, but it's worth it. I mean, especially these guys that have been to the TOC and know it's a much more intimate event. You get a lot of swag that goes with it, a lot of bragging rights for the year, and it's one of those things that's on a lot of people's goal list. So, yeah. Hopefully with the new division and it being a little farther away, we're trying to open it up and still give them the opportunity to qualify and come down and get to experience. So I think it'll be good. Be interesting to see, who those new guys in the North Division that maybe we don't know their names or who they are, who they kind of start rising to the top and then let them come down and see what some of the Charlotte fishing's about.
Yeah, for sure, man. And, we gave them an opportunity with the online event. The online events are never huge here, but there is a Virginia online event. So a couple guys have jumped in that and they're dabbling. And I'm Googling to make sure these bodies of water are public because I don't know anything about the area. And so we've had a couple, like our first limit of the year came from Virginia, which was something we could have never said in the last decade. So that was pretty cool. And of course it came through Tourney X, on our online event. So glad. I think it was Caleb Fryer who asked me to put those together. And, it's nothing for me to put those together. So if you guys want them, they'll be there. The February ones are open. Jump in. We'll need at least three active members in those events because there will be someone fishing for free from Big Bass Winner. So once we have 3, those will be live and you guys can compete all month long. So keep it going. I don't see any questions. So Ryan, anything you want to bring up, talk about? Excited to when's your first event going to be?
It's probably going to be Yadkin. YOLO. Yeah, I already had plans. I hate that I'm missing Santee. I love Santee. We talked about it for years before it ever got added to the event, to the schedule. So I love Santee, but I'll be at Yadkin, and then I'm going to try to fit a few of the Southern and Western, events in, especially during the spring, like I did last year. I just, everybody always wants 12 events during the spawn and things like that. So this was always kind of that answer of, but we almost have it now. You've got those divisions that you can pick and choose. So
man, listen,
it's good. It's a good time of year, and I'm looking forward to it.
Between the April setup, the April-May setup, and the October setup, like you're literally, you can fish every weekend if you want anywhere on the Southeast in Queen City. So we'll see. We'll see how many guys really, really want to fish every weekend, but I apparently will be working every weekend. So, we'll see how those events go. But, on the other side of things, the Native Series is starting up. So I'm excited to get to travel with those a little bit. I'll be up in Tennessee the first weekend of March on Chick. And
Okay.
if you follow any of the guides, they just dropped like a 31-pound bag on Chick 2 days ago. So yeah, their best 5 was 22, and their best 3 was 22 pounds, and their best 5 was 33 pounds, I think it was. And those are the guides we were all looking at when we were up there for the TOC for Hobie, and we were like, "What are they throwing? What are they throwing, dude?" They just dropped 32 pounds. It's going to be awesome. It's going to be.
You
awesome.
got your work cut out for you. Then you know what the target is.
Well, I'm not fishing it. I'm just directing it. I'm
just helping.
Up.
All right.
I'm just running. I don't know about helping. I'm just running. But Ryan's excited about Santee. 2 weeks of warm weather. There's going to be some bigs. Yeah, I think it's going to be one of those where a couple guys break 80, but then some of the field will struggle as well. But a lot of it'll be the watercolor. I think we'll see what kind of weather.
A lot of rain coming through lately, so it's going to depend on how much that clears out and where you go. But they're there. They're always there.
Yeah, Blaine's excited for that one. I didn't bring Blaine on tonight because he's got his own show next weekend. Next Wednesday or Thursday. He's doing the captain's meeting, the Jesse from Clarendon County. So I didn't want to spoil his season opener, so I didn't even ask him to come on. So Blaine, if you're watching, that's why I didn't ask you. I'm going to give you you're off, bro. You're off the leash. That's it. You're gone. See you later. Go work. So, Blaine's excited for 2024. Just got his Southern banner downstairs. Everything's ready to roll. So, but so I guess we'll bring Dwayne in here. Dwayne's got some exciting updates. So let's see what he's been working on.
I'm excited to hear from Dwayne. I'm excited that we're still using Tourney X, man. It's Dwayne makes Tourney X, and he there is no competition. You're right. And
there is no competition.
He's been great to us, and he's great anytime you need anything, man. His customer service is second to none too. So glad he's back with us. Glad he's on tonight, and excited to see what he's got coming.
Well, let's bring him in. What up, the magician?
Hey, how y'all doing tonight?
How are you, buddy?
Good. I'm fine. Thanks for having me tonight.
No, we appreciate you coming on. I know, dealing with Central Time difference and late night. So I know you're busy, but appreciate you taking a couple minutes to hang out with the Queen City crew tonight.
Look, man, you guys make it special. You really do. Y'all, as we've always talked about, and I bring it up every time that there was once a day that we were. I see that look.
You told me to kick rocks. That's exactly what you told me.
Well, I didn't tell you to kick rocks. You
no,
kicking the dang rocks. And,
no, you didn't.
And no, it was a line. There was a line drawn, and it was Vinny Ferry did not want to cross that line. I get that, and most people don't, and it's okay. It's an option, and we don't push it, and we don't. It is what it is. We want you to come over and try it out and get excited with it, and you did, and you have just fulfilled that with. I mean, there's no words to say of what you've done for the community up there. There's just really not. Okay,
I appreciate it.
It's been you. It's been your community. It's been your guys that supports you. It's been us. It's been the native teams. You've got a lot of backing, and good for you. So.
Well, you're right here with that backing, and I appreciate our business relationship and our friend relationship. So I like I said, appreciate you being here tonight. I'm excited. I've been excited to hear and see you excited about the new app, the upgrades, the stuff that happens behind the scenes that not everybody gets to hear about. I get a little bit of those late night phone calls from Dwayne like Ryan gets from me. So I'm walking around talking to him, and he's telling me what's coming, and now we have the opportunity to share it with the crew here tonight. So Ken, the guy who made the intro video, is there a story I'm missing? Ken, there is. We'll get into it another day, but
this was prior to Ken, right?
Yeah, I didn't want to pay Dwayne back in the day. I judged all the fish at the table, and I was like, I'm not paying Dwayne. And then,
long lines in the parking lot.
That's it. Yeah, we had a whiteboard. We didn't need Dwayne Wally. We didn't need the leaderboard, and I put my foot in my mouth, and here we are. Probably one of his biggest clients at the moment.
Yes, yes, you are one of many, and you know, I consider you probably one of my closest friends, even though we've only met twice.
Yeah,
Okay,
man.
you know, and it's amazing. You know, we talk about that in general that um, in the virtual world that we live in, it's crazy. I think about how big the world is, but yet how small it is, and yet we can pick the phone up, we can call each other, we can have one-on-one conversations and talk about deep things, right? And then um, consider each other almost best friends, but yet we really don't know each other because we've never really met, you know.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
but yet we trust one another. It's crazy the world we live in. Okay.
It's wild. And I think what we have is an example of a lot of what I've so a lot of people don't know my real life. They don't know what I teach. They don't know me in school. They don't know Coach Ferrari. They just know the commish. So I mean, even Ryan, like, Ryan, we don't talk about my day to day. We talk about what is Queen City, what we do together. But lately in health class, we've been talking a lot about social media, cyberbullying, stuff that's bad on the internet. And I explain to them all the time, like, at my age, it's okay for someone like me to have social media because I do have people around the entire country that I need to talk to for business purposes, for friendships. I've moved away from my family in New York. I'm like, you all at 11 and 12 years old, you don't need TikTok. Like, we can stop being on TikTok in 6th grade and failing because we're trying to do the new dance or we're worried about what's going on with this group. But, like, me and you or anybody sitting in this circle right here, it's a perfect example of the positives of social media and the positives of technology and the maybe even the positives of when the world shut down for a year and a half, right? We learned how to use StreamYard. We learned how to use Zoom. So just finding that silver lining in what is negative for the most part.
Mm-hmm.
But man, social media is ruining middle schoolers. I will tell you that straight.
Well, there's a good side and there's a good and bad. Okay, and we need. I mean, I don't know how you ever teach the kids the good side. I mean, this is the good side. I mean, where you can interact and see people face to face. I mean, even back in the day when I was gaming, I think my son's 27, and I started gaming pretty heavily when he was around 3 or 4 years old. So it just tells you how far back I used to build computers. I was in the gaming scene. I had two of my best friends. One was in North Dakota, and one was in Nebraska. Okay, and we gamed. We would sit in here and literally game for hours and hours and hours. Right. We headsets, mics, gaming. We knew each other. We knew everything about each other. We never, ever, ever met. Never met. I still haven't met either one of them.
Crazy.
But we still talk twice a month. I mean, I talk to you guys more than I talk to him, but however, I would spend every waking night gaming. Okay.
Yeah.
That was my younger years. And those, I think, are some of the good things, I guess. I mean, my son does it now. He's got his dear friends, which is kind of cool that when he got married, 4 of his gamers flew in, which they'd never met. They flew in for his wedding. And two of them were actually his best men. So it was, I got to meet that side of my kid and those friends. So are there good sides to this? Yeah, but there's just some horrible sides too. So
I'm gonna make you guys laugh here for a second. So this comment here, I don't think double it would be even enough. So the district provides like walkthrough videos that you show to the kids, and in the first like 28 seconds of the 7th grade video, all in one fluid sentence, you hear anal sex, vaginal sex, oral sex, testicles, and vagina. Okay? In the first 28 seconds of class. I'm just like, okay.
I'm out of here.
Is it
Here we go.
Let's go.
Yep. Spill the beans.
So whoever said this, yeah. You want my curriculum, just holler at me.
That is crazy, man.
Oh, man.
I do not no, I don't envy you, man. I'm not there.
Well, I'm back now. I'm back in the gym starting tomorrow. This was the first time and I know we're like definitely not talking Queen City anymore, but this is the first time in 13 years I was in a classroom. I hadn't been in a classroom in a really long time. And I realized after these last 9 weeks, I know exactly where I need to be, and that's in the gym. So we're going to do 2-week rotations. So I'll continue to be in the gym for 2 weeks at a time and then the health room for 2 weeks at a time. But it'll be a good mix up, but I will never opt to do 9 weeks straight of classroom again. Like never.
That's nuts, man.
Yeah.
No, I couldn't. No.
So I just messed with the background again while we're talking. But so go ahead, man. Tell us what's going on.
Not messing around.
I'm over here working, talking.
You can't
Let's see if I fix it. Because you
know
that's driving me nuts right there over the west.
Yeah, I see it. Yeah, keep bumping it around. There it is. You bumped it around.
There it is.
Leave it.
There it is.
Don't touch it.
I ain't moving it now. All right. So
anyway,
tell us
once again,
what you've been doing.
Yeah. So
well, hold on. So I don't know who actually watches these. Like I know we only get like 30 to 50 that watch it live, but there's 4,000 on the page. So take us back a few years to what Tourney X, how it started. You know, keep it brief, but how it started, what it was, what it's been, and now what you're about to drop.
So, gee, man, Christmas. So what Tourney X was just envision yourself sitting on a lake fishing with one of your buddies and doing that for about 2 months. And all you thought about was how can you invent something that you can sell and make money at? Okay. I mean, if you don't have a little bit of entrepreneur spirit in you, then you're not American. I don't mean to be rude. I don't, but come on, guys. There's always that one little spark that's something you're looking forward to, right? And I've done that pretty much for 15, 20 years. I've been that guy. I mean, I'm an electrician, I'm a mechanic guy, and I'm always thinking of that one idea to build, to put in your truck that you can sell, or, something that you can use for outdoors or hunting or fishing or whatever, okay? Well, me and this guy, we were fishing. I got into this kayak fishing deal, and I was like, what the heck did I get into? And actually it turned out to be a lot of fun. My first kayak adventure was in a FS10 or what it was, a sit inside. Can you just imagine me in a 10-foot kayak?
Same here.
So,
I was there.
And so it's like I'm 250, 60 pounds, whatever, and I couldn't even I had to roll out of the damn thing. Seriously, I couldn't even get out of it. But I caught my first bass down low in the water, and I was hooked. Okay. And so that's when I started looking for that 12, 13, 14-foot kayak. And I did. I found it in a Wilderness Ride 135. Me and a buddy of mine, he was in a Commander and I was in a Ride, and we went out and we fished lakes and ponds, and we just had a blast. And so then our mind starts running, and we start talking about businesses and jobs and ideas and this, that, and other. And we kept talking about how can we run tournaments and how can we do the competitiveness in the kayak industry? What can we do with the fish? And I don't remember if Angler was around. I think they had started about the same time we did. But he and I had this conversation for well over 2 months. And it was in 2014, September, October, November is when we had this conversation. And so November, he pretty much kicked me off the can and said, if you don't do it, I'm going to do it without you. And so I did it. So I went out. I already knew how to buy domains. I bought domains. I've used to build websites. So that's the things I could do in my background. And so I jumped out. I did a search for tournament things, like tournament this, because I knew it was a tournament where I was headed towards, right? And then something came to me and said Tourney X, just Tourney, because I wanted to shorten it, because I don't like long URLs. I hate them because people got to type all that crap in. So I wanted it short, sweet, to the point. And I thought Tournament X, Tournament. I went Tourney X. I said, that's kind of catchy. I bought the thing. And in the beginning, the X was really to mean for other things other than fishing. It was for bowling, archery, anything you could do with numbers. Okay. If you could do it across the country, then you could come together and you could have tournaments against one another in different areas of the country or world. That was my whole idea. However, like I've always said, we never got out of fishing, okay? Because fishing is just a huge industry. Actually, I just like it better, to be honest with you. I don't think that I think I would lose focus if I left the fishing industry to try to grow it over here. I think I would lose focus, and I think it would start dwindling. And so I don't want to do that. I want to continue.
Can I interrupt for 1 second?
Yeah.
So you're going into year 10 as well?
This is year 10.
Wow. So we're going into year 10 together.
Yeah. 2014.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah. Yeah.
Pretty cool.
So November last year was the beginning of our 10th year. Yep.
Wow.
So actually we dropped in March of 2015, which so really March would be the beginning of our quote unquote stream.
Yeah.
But anyway,
We're gonna use calendar years, but
yeah, who's counting? So that's where Tourney X was formed. I bought TourneyX.com. However, I didn't know what I was going to do with it. Okay, so I bought it. I started flipping through LinkedIn of all places, trying to find a PHP or some type of JavaScript coding guy that could sit down and code with me. And this is crazy, man. So I've met this guy here in town. We met at the coffee shop. We started scribbling out on a piece of paper, and it was like, this is where it all came together at a coffee shop. Okay.
Mine was Bojangles.
Sweet.
Queen City was built in Bojangles.
That's awesome, man.
That's real talk right there. Me and Mary.
Nuts, man. It's amazing what we do, man. And then how far they talk about businesses, successful businesses, if they last more than 2 or 3 years, then they're a success, right? If they're,
Yeah.
And so I feel like we're just way out there, but yeah. So Tourney X was born. The first app me and my wife just talked about tonight. We're in our 3rd iteration of this app, our third rewrites, so to speak. The first one we wrote, we didn't even have an app to begin with. We were just submitting to the website, it was okay, but we were losing that offline capability that we needed with the live wells and things like that. So the live well was born, the app was born, the first app was born. We wrote the first one. It ran about 2.5 years, I guess, maybe 3 years. Software crapped out on us, just out of the blue. We scrambled. I didn't know what to do. I contacted a company in India. We became really good partners. We worked together. They started rewriting that app to the second app, and that one has lasted, and is still lasting us now. And it's been 5 years or so for that one, 5 or 6 for that one. However, this past year, I had a conversation with my same developer, the owner of the company, and he said, I think it's time. And I said, what do you mean? He said, I think it's time to rewrite it in React Native, which is a much better, cleaner, faster script. And I said, yeah, what's that going to cost me? And so he threw the number at me, and I was like, okay, I think I know what needs to be done. This is that leap that I needed to take. Okay. And so we took it this year. What we did not do is we didn't change the app that much. We just rewrote it to much better script. It's going to be smoother, faster. What I did not want to do is change anything where the anglers had to relearn. Okay.
Yeah.
We already know how to take steps. I don't want to change your steps. Okay.
Smart.
So the person coming in is still going to be easy. The person that's using it is still going to be easy. However, we added a couple of buttons here. We fixed some things that people had asked for, which was, like removing messages that are cluttering up the background. They want to just delete them all, and we can now. We're going to fix some filtering on the searches. The next step in this one is going to start probably in a couple of months after this one's released, is we're going to open up and build the public side now. That's the next idea. I know guys don't understand that, but if you've used the app is mainly for the anglers and always has been from day one. However, we're noticing on the website that more people are using the mobile device, the actual mobile website, more to follow people. They're on it more than they are the actual leaderboard computer sides, the desktop.
Yeah.
So, and it makes sense.
Yeah. Who's sitting in front of the computer on a Saturday afternoon?
I get that. So, what a better way to move into offering the public. You come in as a login as a regular user, just like the anglers are. You get to view tournaments. You get to follow anglers. You get to, who is this guy? Who's this?
Hell if I know.
Facebook user.
Facebook user.
I can check on the.
So anyway, that's the idea. Is we're going to open up to the public where they can either who's that?
It's Matt Rollins.
Oh, is it? Okay, cool.
Yeah.
So it could be So they can either be a fan or fish. So from the fan side, you'll be able to follow anglers. The anglers will hopefully be able to accept you to follow them, which is kind of cool. And an idea that is that when I open up my app and I'm following 5 or 6 people, I'll have a list of people I'm following. And
Nice.
in that given time, I can just click on Vinny, go boom, Vinny, and it shows him he's got 5 tournaments. So I'll just list like tournament 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It shows you, it says Vinny's in first place in this tournament or 8th place in this tournament or whatever. I don't have to go any further. I just want to know what Vinny's doing at that point in time. I don't want to go dig in and find 500 anglers and sift through and try to find where he's at. I just want to know what Vinny's doing. Okay. Now, if Vinny's in first place, I want to go see who he's beaten. So I want to click it. So I click it and it takes me in and shows me the whole leaderboard at that point in time. That's kind of the idea.
So I'm gonna pause you and interrupt you for a second. Like what you said about 3 minutes ago is like what listening to the anglers, listening to what people want is what led you to make these changes. I don't think people understand how important that is, and they probably don't know the amount of input you get from people like me and the director group that's private on Facebook, right? And the messages and the videos of, hey, is this working? Does this need to be changed? Like, I don't think people understand that, and they need to understand that. Like, you're listening to your customers, you're listening to your whatever you would consider us one level up customers, directors, and you're doing these things to make the entire industry better. And I appreciate that. And I know guys appreciate it. I just don't think they know what really goes into it.
Well, if you don't listen, you don't grow. Period.
Yep.
You've got to listen, and you've got to change. You've got to make adjustments. Okay.
Yep.
If you don't make adjustments, then you'll stay stagnant. You'll never move. To be honest with you guys, and I know this sounds weird, our directors are our salespeople. Okay, it is a business, guys, and I will say this is a business.
Yeah.
But our directors are like a salespeople, and our anglers are just a salesperson themselves too. They're actually using it, but they're also talking to other people, saying, "Hey, man, come fish with us," right? So they're selling it for us too. So I'm not using people, but it's just growing. It's a growing community that way, and I'm listening to what you're saying. It's filtered through from you to the directors and then back to me, or sometimes the anglers just call me directly and they'll say, or I've got people testing and they'll go, "Hey man, can we just make it do this?" And I know it won't take much. And I make these notes or screenshots. I mean, I got tons of screenshots, right? and so every time I get a good screenshot that says, just like the one you sent me, I've already made that screenshot the other day, that you want this. Okay, well, I'm going to send it up and I'm going to find out how much it's going to take to do that. Okay. And if it's doable, legit, we'll do it. Okay. Yeah. And so it's a little change, but some people don't realize just how much a little change can mean to a bunch of folks. Yeah. You know, people like go, "Oh, we need to reinvent the whole world." No, just make that subtle change, because it's a lot, you know, people, it means a lot. Yeah. So anyway, so that's where we are, man. So we're going to
show us, or we're not there.
I don't know if I can get in there and show it. I don't know how to do this. So if I go to present, screen share, let me just see something here.
You should have access. If not, let me know.
I don't know how to go to that screen. I got a different monitor. I'm trying to find it. Sorry, guys. I'm a little bit.
Good. You're good.
You're good. You know, it's funny you're talking about that user experience for people wanting to follow anglers that aren't. Like, it's always been, you know, if I go follow Vinny doing, you know, his national stuff a few years ago with Hobie or Native or whatever, it was always a little bit clunky to go find them and find the tournaments and scroll through and see that. But you thinking ahead that far and saying, man, let's make it a user experience for the people that want to just watch and support the anglers and support Tourney X. That's a cool aspect that not a lot of people even probably thought about asking for or wanting. So that's exciting stuff.
Right. I know the next level. I got it right now.
They're about how do I get the screen to come up? So I got this thing in my
I got it. I don't know how the hell you did this, but I can add it in here if you want it.
Leave it there. So this far left screen right here, this is the new look.
I don't have a background for this. Should I go make one real quick?
No.
So this will be, if you'll notice, it's basically the same layout. They're in the same spot. We didn't change them. We just changed the icons. We changed the color layout. We've it's got more contrast. You can see it a lot easier. Easier to find your buttons. Same concept. We got your check-in, check-out features, your identifier, standing, registration. We didn't change any of that. Then for instance, if you click on standings, this is our new standings page. I'll just slide it over on top. But it's not a big change. You know, we've got the boxes now where, if you'll notice, it's not cluttered anymore. Remember how it kind of jammed up together and everything was kind of, out of proportion? On that, lays out a whole lot smoother on the page. That's just the new code.
Man, that Arthur guy, he's got a giant. We got to find out where he's fishing.
You couldn't put yourself in first, Dwayne? Come on now.
No, I'll let somebody else have all the glory. Managed catch, I'll slide it over. Managed catch is going to look almost the same as it did last time. The cool part about managed catch is we've taken it a step further. Now you can actually, if you were to have submitted, say we've taken a couple of pictures and submitted the same fish twice or same picture, you can tag 1, 2, 3 fish at a time, and at the bottom there's a delete button. So not only can you delete one fish, now you can delete 3 fish if you needed to. Or if you go, well, crap, these are not 5 fish I wanted to submit, or 4 fish, tink, 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 just tick them. They'll change colors, click all, and it deletes them all. Start over again. Okay? So
and you can still submit from there as well, right?
You'll just bounce back out.
Okay.
Just like you did before.
Yeah. So guys, if you're listening and you've not fished with us often, the managed catch feature is tremendous. It takes a lot of work off the judges and the directors. If you're able to go handle your own mistake or duplicate or however you want to word it and be able to do that yourself and then resubmit, it takes a lot of stress off of me, off of Blaine, off of any outside judge we're hiring this year. So definitely go take advantage of the Queen City demo event that we still have active and play around with the managed catch, because I need you to know how to do that.
Well, that is especially end of the day, man, when you guys are done at the end of the day and you've submitted your fish, whether they might be in the live well or on the leaderboard, please, please, please go to managed catch, make sure they're there. Managed catch is equal to what's on the server. If they're on managed catch in this area right here, if they're in the managed catch and you see your total up here and you see your largest and your smallest fish, that means they're on the leaderboard. They've made it to the server where Vinny's judges or Vinny himself, whoever's judging, will be able to judge these fish. Okay. However, if you're in the live well and you're using, I don't have a live well screen. It didn't change any. That's why I didn't put it on here. Just remember, and people are getting really confused about this. The live well page is your phone. It's not on the server. It's not anywhere else. So if you put your fish in the live well and you do not send them to the server and they do not make it to the managed catch page and you lose that phone, you're done for the day. Just go on and paddle in, get the truck, head home.
Yeah, okay? You just sorted them for yourself. It's an easy way to sort them for yourself. You
can't open another app. You can't log in as yourself on someone else's phone and pull your live well back. You can't. It's a tiny database on your phone. All we're doing is we're pre-storing those fish with all the data compiled, ready to be pushed to the server, to the managed catch area, to the server. Okay, that's the concept. Otherwise, you got to go in and get the fish and put the inches in and all that. So once again, the live well is just storage on your phone, just like your photos are. Okay, if you lose it overboard, they're gone. So,
well, we have a great sponsor in RoboHawk that could sell you a leash so you don't lose your phone over. Shameless plug. Hey, I gotta say, I know it's a little thing, but my type A brain and straight lines and everything square and rectangle, I love the boxes. Like I love, right, Ryan? I mean, we're wired
pretty clean, yeah.
Yeah. Like
this is why I'm excited, man. I'm really excited.
I love the fact that I know exactly what
being able to go in to manage catch and selecting multiple fish and deleting, the quicker you can go through and do what you need to do means more casts that you're back fishing. And I mean, we've had those.
Well, you're going to like this next one that I'm going to show you.
Oh, all right.
If I can.
All right.
I hope
all right.
So I'll go ahead and jump over to it because I want to go ahead. And this is the one and look, it's just, as I said a while ago, it's the simple things. Okay. So if you take photos in our app, and some people don't, but I bet you'll start. So this is what we've done. This is our new take photo button. This is where we take photos at. At the very top, you'll see we have a flash on and off, or you can turn your flash on and off. If it's dark and you need it and it doesn't come on automatically, you can flip it at the top up there where the lightning bolt is. But the cool part, you got a zoom in, zoom out feature already there. Okay. But you basically open it up and you take your picture just like you normally do. And you can take multiple pictures. You can take 5, 10, 15 pictures if you want to in the app. Okay. Here's the cool part. When you click that button on the right where that fish is at, it takes you directly to the pop-up menu and straight into the submit catch. You don't have to go back to the main page anymore. You go straight into submit catch.
Look at Ryan.
Nice.
I'll do a video on it, send it to you. Literally, I can go from taking a photo to submitting a fish in like 32 seconds.
Question: that zoom bar there, is that there before you take the picture or after or both?
Before.
So you're zooming your actual image.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. We'll see how many IDs get cut off on that one.
Well, that's on them. That's not. I personally don't. I just raise and lower the camera. Okay.
Yeah. Oh, me too. But yeah.
It's there. I could remove it, but it's there. Just if you don't need it, don't use it. Okay, but it's
no. I mean, every phone is different, so it's hard to have this conversation about other people's phones. Like mine, when I pull up a camera, I have a 0.6, a 1, and a 3 zoom. So I know for me, the way I take pictures, if I'm on that 0.6, it's got everything that I need. So cool. I just click the 0.6 zoom out, and it's perfect for me.
And you may not need this one sitting where you're sitting. Okay, some people may be standing up, and they might just open. I don't know. It's just
it's good. It's good. Yeah,
so it's an option. Yeah, it's an option when somebody needs it. Right. Yeah, it's nice.
But what I really wanted to do for the longest time in my old app was to add this button here. Button. I wanted to add this because it's a step that we don't have to go back to the menu and click submit catch now. When you click that button, it's going to pop your menu straight up from the bottom. You choose your tournaments that you want to submit to, and you hit OK. It takes you straight into those tournaments. Then you click browse. You pick that picture just like you do in the past, and boom, it's gone. It's so dang smooth, man. I'm so happy with this right now.
Also, anglers, if you're listening or you're going to listen tomorrow or whatever, use the dual or triple or however many submissions. Use them, because if you're in Santee and you're in the monthly, dual submit at one time. Have both IDs on your card, click both events, and submit at one time. It helps me. It helps you to make sure you're submitting the correct fish to the correct tournament. Use that dual submission. That's even on the app that we have right now.
The cool part is that you get to see both of those now.
I know I do. I was going to bring that up, but nobody will know what the hell I'm talking about.
They won't, because they don't see that. But the cool part is now is that when Vinny is judging multiple tournaments now, and you submit from 2 different tournaments, those IDs will be submitted through the site now to him, where he can see both IDs. It makes it a lot easier.
A lot easier on me. I don't have to log out of one tournament, go into the monthly tournament, check your ID code, write it down on a Post-it like I do to make sure you submit all day long with the right code. Now it'll be there. That is something I think I personally asked you to do, and it's great to see it come to life.
So the next thing we did is right here on the check-in, check-out feature, we actually added a map. So now when you do a check-in, it actually shows you the map where you're at.
Nice.
So you can confirm yourself.
Nice.
Okay. And then this information will be sent, to the director to let them know where you are. Okay.
Awesome.
Our image checker program that we used to have, it's still there, and it also shows the map too. It doesn't just used to just throw a lat and launch at the bottom. Now it actually will show a map. So it shows you the map that so you'll know, okay, I took that photo. These are all things we've got to test, guys. So we're probably 98% done with the app right now. And over the next couple of weeks, it's going to be trimming up the fat, fixing some things, and then test. So I'll be reaching out to some guys. I hope I can get a good audience together where we can send out to 20 iPhone users and 20 Android users, and y'all say just go at it, and give me some feedback. That's what I want. So this is one of the things that was asked. This is our list of messages that come in now after you submitted, fish are submitted. People are saying I have to, delete one at a time. Now you can just tap, 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 and hit delete, and it deletes how many you want. Or I don't show the screen, but there's a clear all button up here at the right hand side where you just click it one time and you can clear all messages at one time. So you
can I jump in here as well?
Say again?
Can I jump in?
Yeah.
Anglers, learn where your push notifications are. Learn how to allow them. It is how judges are communicating with you while you're on the water. We don't need to go text you through your phone. We don't need to Facebook message you. Dwayne has a push notification feature that we use to get to you if we need you, and this is where it's going to be on your screen. So make sure you know where that is. Practice it in the demo. I can send out a push. Usually you get an automated push. Sometimes some events that says check in now. The reason I stopped doing that is because you all were calling me and telling me you already did check in. But know where your pushes are. Have them active. And Dwayne's showing you right there with the little bell.
Upper right hand corner, guys. If you see a 9+, that means you have 9+ or more messages, and you need to go and look at it. We're not going to go up to 100 and something messages. So just if you got something here, that means you got messages. All you do is click that one bell right there, and it will take you over to the screen that I just showed you, and you can go in and read your messages, and then you can delete them at your leisure. So
cool.
The one thing that didn't make a screenshot of, and I'll just tell you about it, is the identifiers. So we did the identifiers a little different now. So now I would think you kind of remember. I think you do. Do you use our generated identifiers, or do you? Okay. So sometimes you'll use identifiers that are generated by us, and sometimes you might type your own in. Okay. So before, the custom ones didn't supersede the generated ones for some reason on your back end. And so you would just see the generated, but not the custom one that you typed in. So we changed that. So back end is going to look better for you.
Sweet.
Front end, when you go in your identifiers and you click on a specific tournament, now it's going to show you that tournament. But you see this little red X at the bottom here? So in that identifier screen, if you click this button, it's going to pop up a menu now, and you can switch between tournaments and look at your identifiers of each tournament now. You never have to come out of the identifier screen anymore. So let's say you're in there and you got 6 tournaments, and you're like, well, what was that number for the one I got to fish tomorrow? Okay. Now you can you're looking at one of them, you just tap, reach down, your pop-up menu is going to come up, and you just click the next one, and it's going to automatically show. You never have to come out and go back in again. You stay in the identifier tab. Okay. Much easier, much smoother.
Awesome.
This menu is, of course, as we had before. Like we had before, same thing. We just moved to the left-hand side of the screen to the right.
Anything change for actual members of Tourney X on their lifetime standings? Does that screen, is that going to be updated?
Not yet. That's probably going to be on the next. That's on the next deal. These are just things I've got a screen I'm building right now that shows the different levels of what we want to do for the next iteration. To add on to this one, and I'm going to bring all that stuff into there. I want to bring in the members. So where it says become members, we'll probably get rid of this, and we'll do in the drop down menu, we'll have a members area. Click it, you'll go in your members area, and you could look at your stats and everything in the app. And then you can, if you're not a member, you can join from in there or something. We're gonna do some things like that. So we're gonna start building the whole infrastructure around this. Okay.
So I got a couple questions here. Can I remove your screen now, or do you want it? Okay. Nope. So someone was asking, do I need to re-download, or will it change? I imagine we'll just have to run an auto update, right, in the Play Store?
Yeah. So I talked to the developer this morning, and what they're going to do is we're going to keep the same download. I'm sorry, let me rephrase that. When I do a push out there, when I say, hey, there's a new update, it's going to roll into this one. Okay. So you'll roll out of the old one and into the new one. Right. Awesome. You won't have 2 of them and have to decide which one you want to do. We're just going to phase out and phase in.
Yeah. And for those of us who have the auto update, it usually does it itself. So
yeah.
I wake up and have a new app whenever you fix
something. I don't like those things. I'm not a fan of them.
Not a fan of the auto update.
No.
Somebody was excited about something. I had full screen on. So I didn't have the comments. I was looking at your little pictures there. Goodyear's asking if he needs to update. Mike, it's not out yet. It will be probably for the main event opener. Maybe not. Maybe a week or two after that, hopefully.
Yeah, it's looking like the second week of February, guys. I mean, it's still we're about 2 weeks ahead of schedule. We weren't going to get it out till right March 1st, but looks like we're about mid February. So.
And Ken asked if the voice activation for the photos will work inside your app.
No.
Okay.
We don't have that. So
okay.
It might be something we can do later, but I did not ask. So I hope everybody understands one thing. We're, don't take this wrong, we're in a little bit of a pickle right now with the existing app. You follow me? It's kind of like having an 8-cylinder truck and running on 6. And you got to go get something rebuilt quickly so you get back to 8.
Yeah.
We can't even update that one right now. So that's why we've been literally when they said this is going to take 12 weeks to do, we've done it in 10.
Yeah, but let's be honest. Your last update on the app, like it's running pretty flawless right now. So, well, yeah, knock on wood. But, we know as a club, as Queen City, as an angler, everything has been fine. So our 6 cylinders are doing good. I think the 8-cylinder will act more as a turbo. We'll be excited about it.
Yeah, me too. When it gets out, I'll be ecstatic. I mean, it's just, it's, and this, by the way, this arrow right here, I don't know if you guys saw this, just real quick. This arrow right here, when you click it, it takes you into your edit profile. So if you want to edit your email address, things like that, pictures, that you just click this button, it drops down a little menu, drop into your edit profile, and it looked a lot more intuitive in there too. It's the old one was kind of wonky. This one's a lot better. So
the red X on the bottom where you said the identifier is going to be listed, is it still going to give you access to that tournament's rules as well?
Yeah, that didn't change.
Guys,
on the other pages, it does that. Just on the identifier page, does it work inside the identifiers?
Okay. So on this page right here, it'll bring up the rules.
Yes.
Yeah, so that's an awesome feature too, guys. If you don't know this is like a little hidden trick, and actually an angler taught it to me. I must have missed your video.
I didn't know until someone showed me last year.
Yeah, I think I ended up telling you. I was yelling at you one
Probably.
day. And but if you click that red X, that X Pro down there at the bottom, guys, and you don't know what the launch time is, you don't know what lake we're at on the next morning. If you're like Adam Fillmore or something, you can click that button and it pulls up all the rules that I have uploaded for that event. So pretty easy access, and definitely one of those, like Ryan said, time savers. Man, I think that's a big thing. We're kayak fishermen. Any way we can save time is huge. So definitely learn those little ins and outs when this new update drops, and even learn it now. I mean, it's pretty much the same. We're just getting some bonus activity here when it drops.
Man, I tell you, our community is, look, if I can sum it up one word, they've been very loyal. Okay. Yeah. Everyone I talk to, they don't like dealing with other apps, and I certainly appreciate that. It makes it keeps me grounded, and I appreciate all the backing that we get from everyone, you guys, all the anglers. The other thing that the anglers do is they're very understanding. If we have a hiccup, if we have a problem, there's always fallback plans. One is keep taking your pictures. Okay. If something happens, the app were to go down one day and you're not able to submit, it's okay. Just take your pictures and get your photos, get that documentation done. You can still submit them later. We'll figure it out. We'll get the app back up and running. Okay. But the good thing is, if you don't freak out, just keep fishing and keep taking your photos, because that's the documentation that the directors are going to need.
Yep.
At some point in time, when we get everything back up and running, then we can say, I'll just extend the time. We submit them later. They get judged. Okay. And we move on. It's mechanics. It's going to happen. I hope it doesn't happen, but it possibly can't happen. So,
it happens. It's tech, man. It happens. Look what happened tonight. I had this stream set up for 3 weeks. I hit go live. It canceled all the streams. Like it happens, So luckily, directors usually understand when tech goes down. We have to work with the angler, and we make it work. Like you said, we extend the time, or we do it in person, whatever we got to do. I'm going to knock on wood. We've been pretty perfect in our tournaments with Tourney X. As an angler, I had an issue last year in another series, but you fixed it by like 4:00 that day. So, it's all good. It's all good. We're excited you're here, not only providing us with a service that makes what we do and what we love smoother, but you're also a sponsor. We didn't even bring that up. I just opened up the 2024 banner. I showed you got some pretty awesome placement on that huge banner. But, you are a Santee Cooper main event sponsor, so we appreciate that. And, a little bit of
and
back.
I look forward to seeing your butt over at Gunnersville soon too, Bo. So yeah. I'm hoping I can get there to fish that one. I'm really interested to come over. And by the way, I talked to Tyler yesterday, and we had a big conversation about how the native events were coming, and I know it's not Queen City, but let's just kind of switch gears about native and the big bass per hour thing, and how that's growing. And I just want to let him know that we appreciate all the support he's given us, and how that's turning out, and hopefully I get a chance to see you at Gunnersville.
Oh man, so I'm not an angler in these events, but listen to this run I get to make across the Southeast. I go Chickamauga, Lake Hartwell, Lake Gunnersville. That's like a dream, right? If you're like a Southern angler, that is like a freaking dream. Now, I may not get to wet a line, but I go from Chick to Hartwell to Gunnersville to host those no limit events. And even we didn't even touch on that. The programming you did for that series, like you literally reprogrammed events so we could have no limits and show 15 to 17 fish on the leaderboard. Like it's awesome. And you have some features coming that anglers don't know about where we can automatically shut off the leaderboard. That's huge. That's so annoying. I almost got divorced last year because Mary forgot to shut a leaderboard in the freaking no limit event.
I think somebody's called me multiple times. They shut off the leaderboard for me, shut it off, and I go pop it, shut it off real quick. So
I about kicked her out of the car when we were driving home, and I hope she's watching this downstairs. Driving home, and people are telling me that what place they finished in, and I looked at her and I was like, "You didn't shut the freaking leaderboard." So now I don't have to rely on that anymore. I'm going to click whatever little fancy buttons you put in there, and I'm going to make sure that leaderboard is shut off. And for those of you who hate the leaderboard being shut off, sorry, it's part of business. We need to keep the venues happy and the weigh-ins happy. So it's happening. We're shutting the leaderboard. But, for the no limit event specifically, we have to keep those fish submissions off.
For a short period, right?
Yeah. We don't want to show each individual breakdown of a fish so we know who's winning what hour and whatnot. So, yeah. But yeah, I'm super pumped.
We need to revisit that and just see if there's a way we can enhance it a little bit more. And I'm not trying to ask for more work, but I don't know if there's a way that, down the road. I don't know. I mean, I've been thinking about that in the background a little bit about, is there a twist or a turn we can do to make that a little bit more pleasurable? I don't know yet. But
me and the guys are meeting Thursday about that series. I posted some stuff 2 days ago. So we're meeting next week, Thursday, I believe, to talk, just get everything, really rolling. And then Steve Owens and I locked up the venue yesterday for that event in Tennessee. I don't want to say the city because I'm not sure if it's in the city that I think it's in, but I'm excited to go to Chick March 2nd, probably see a lot of fish, and it'll be exciting. And it'll be the new app. No pressure.
Yes, that should be the new app. Yep. So. But we've got over 10,000 downloads in the Android. I'm not sure how many downloads we have in iOS, but well over 10,000 on Android. But yeah, man. And after this weekend, I'm about ready to throw my iPhone in the water. It's Anyway, the new iPhone and the new program it's giving me a little bit of it's just not ringing but we trying to figure out why they don't ring when somebody's calling. It'll ring like one time and then it'll just quit. It'll just sit there and you'll see the person calling, but it doesn't ring anymore.
Interesting.
I think it's in the programming or that they, the iOS. So
I don't know. I'm a Jordan guy.
I know, man. I get it. I'm not against them.
Look at Ryan.
I know it's an option, but I like the simplicity of the iPhones. I do. I've always had, because everything I've got runs, on my Macs and stuff.
Yeah, dude. It's so simple. It doesn't even ring. Like, can't beat that. You left that one wide open.
All
right. And that's the end of the first podcast.
Yeah.
Well,
I've got one of my directors. It says it's got his name. You know Shane Lamont. Yeah, you know Shane. You know Shane from out California.
Might know the name.
Anyway, it's funny. He said something about just put me on the do not call list. So now it says Shane Lamont, do not answer. So when he calls, I'm like, it just rings and rings and rings. I call him back. So what says do not answer? So I don't answer.
Wonder what you have me labeled as.
I don't know. Commish, I think.
Yeah.
Anyway.
All right. Well, look, I'm going to let you go. I really appreciate you coming on tonight. You kicked off the 2024. This is not a podcast season.
Thank you, man. I appreciate you.
Blaine's going into episode 2 next week with his event, running the Southern Series. So we'll I'll sit in the background and watch him. But we'll talk. I'll run into you. Hopefully, I see you at Gunnersville in the summer. I'm going to come down a few days early, I think, this year, so I actually can try to fish. That's my plan anyway. But who knows? Life throws turns at you.
You should ride up. You should ride up to the Hobie event, up to the Worlds, and hang out.
When and where is that?
It's in Detroit. It's outside of Detroit. There. It's July.
Oh. Yeah, it's on the border, isn't it?
Yeah, the Hobie Worlds. Yeah, it's St. Clair.
Yeah, it's a hike, bro. That's a long drive.
So just 13 hours for me, 14.
It's probably 17 to 18 for me, if I had to guess.
Yeah, I don't know if we're going to go or not. We're thinking about going. Hopefully, I can go up to see. I got an invite to go up and see Josh Booth for the All-American.
Nice.
And I think I may travel up. It's only about 8.5 hour drive. I'd like to go up and see those guys. I haven't visited with those guys. I'd like to do it this year. And I hope to see you in Gunnersville and hang out, fish that tournament. And I'm going to try to start beating the path a little bit to come visit this year. So
cool. Well, if you want to come to the Carolinas or Georgia, we're down on Clarks Hill. Let me know, man. We'd love to have you at an event.
Actually, Tyler wants me to come visit him. So we'll see.
Well, if you're going to visit Tyler, you're going to go right through my area. So,
well, we'll stop by and see.
Yep, we'll figure it out. Well, like I said, good chatting with you. Keep in touch, and we'll talk to you soon.
Okay. Enjoyed it. Thanks, guys.
Later, buddy.
Thanks, Blaine.
Bye.
Man, good talk. We're breaking the hour mark on the first episode. That's interesting. But
I know we're pushing.
I'm glad this new app's going to be exciting. Like, there's some stuff behind the scenes that I don't know how much you'll actually get to appreciate it. You don't judge as much as me, but some good stuff for me. So I'm excited about it all. But look, I know you're working. I didn't think we'd be on here until 9:10. I appreciate you being here, Rye, on late notice.
No, I enjoyed it. I'm looking forward to the year. Like I said, it's time to get back on the water. So there's plenty of opportunity in the next few months to take your pick. So appreciate you doing this. Congrats on 10 years. I've been around for a lot of it, but
appreciate it, man. You're a big part of it.
It's a lot.
You're a big part of it. Thanks for being here. Keep an eye on those members lists. They're growing daily as guys sign up. So,
all right, I'll keep watching.
I'll let you go and hit me up when you're back in town.
Sounds good.
Later, buddy.
Nice.
All right, guys. So on my way out, I am going to play this video one more time, which we usually don't do on the tail end, but Ken did a good job. I appreciate Ken reaching out and offering to make us a new intro and what's going to now be the outro video. So I'm going to put that up here. You guys are more than welcome to leave. If you didn't see the video on the way in, you can watch it. Thank you all for tuning in tonight. Appreciate Dwayne and Ryan for being here, and check Blaine out next week when he comes on with his guests. So Blaine's going to be running his own deal with the Southern Series now. So check his stuff out, and I'm going to hit this video up real quick.